Hi, Michael. Today we are joined by Michael Royce,
Hello there.
Executive Director of the New York Foundation for the Arts. Thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure.
So, now you went to New York University's Tisch School of the Arts, correct?
I did indeed, but I dropped out after 2 years.
So, tell me a little bit about your journey of why you decided to go into the arts and become an actor and then move more toward administration.
Well, I think for myself, what I needed to do when I was acting was act. That's what I had to do. It was in me. There was no other choice. And then when that sense left myself, when I realized I didn't have to be an actor, it was really important for me to remain in the cultural arena, but behind the scenes.
And tell me a little bit more about your job as president of the foundation and what this job encompasses.
Sure. I'm the executive director of the New York Foundation for the Arts. We call it NYFA, and it encompasses helping artists in all disciplines through professional development training, giving them resources, and making available to them direct grants to support their creative process.
Now, and what is your role in all of this? I mean, do you help choose some of the projects that you fund? Do you kind of just direct what's going on in the office? How does that all work?
My role is really managing an exceptional staff of 30 people who are all working artists themselves. They're very passionate, they're very intelligent, they're very committed, and it's making sure that they have the resources and that they're empowered to do what they need to do in order that artists can thrive in New York City and throughout the nation. And my role also encompasses making sure that we continually seek out funding and solicitation for funds so that we can deliver the services we want to deliver to artists because we need them in this planet.
And I went to your presentation yesterday on Artspire, and I didn't know what a crowdfunding website was before that. Can you explain to our viewers a little bit about what that can do for them if they have a project?
Sure. Artspire is a project of NYFA. It's a crowdfunding website, artspire.org. And it's for artists who have a dream they want to realize and they want to solicit money from foundations, corporations, or individuals. It's much like Kickstarter, except that if you do a project through Artspire, you're able to offer the world that gives you money tax deductions, which is a great motivation to give somebody money. It's a very competitive process. Many people apply. A lot of people don't get in, but when you're up there, the world knows that you've been vetted by NYFA and its expert panels, and therefore the project is most likely to succeed, and therefore they do end up raising a lot of money for their projects.
And what are some of the key differences between Artspire and, let's say, Kickstarter?
Well, some of the key differences between Artspire and other organizations out there that are crowdfunding websites is, first of all, we're a not-for-profit. So again, there's that tax deduction that you can receive. Second of all, we do have a competitive process. So the compelling work that is listed on Artspire are works that we have decided there is an artistic ambition behind them and that they will be realized. With other crowdfunding websites, people can just put up anything, whether there's any merit to it or not. And it doesn't mean that there isn't. Some of those things that are up on those other sites are extraordinary. And we also have a resource of staff to help guide you, mentor you, oversee you, direct you, so that your project becomes successful.
And what are some of your favorite projects that have been picked through the years, either on Artspire or through NYFA?
Well, you know what? I'm asked that question a lot, and I never answer it because all the projects are those that we think deserve to be done, and all the artists that we fund are those that we think deserve to be funded. And I just think that I'm a very lucky, privileged man to be in a situation where I can interact with artists all day long and see their dreams come true. And I don't have any favorites because it's just part of my DNA to live and breathe this way.
And these projects, these can be from art to music, dance, film, media. I mean, it kind of encompasses anything that you just dream that you want to do, correct?
Correct. We support all disciplines, and most artists today, from my experience, are refusing to be siloed, which I think is terrific. They are into interdisciplinary work and collaborations, and they want to try all kinds of disciplines, and I think that's fantastic. So yes, it's for any idea that you may have.
And now we are here at the SEA conference for business entrepreneurship. Why do you think that artists should have business skills and you know, why is it important to today's world of the arts?
Well, I actually think artists don't necessarily have to learn business skills. I think that artists are, because of the way they think, entrepreneurs themselves, and that business actually can learn from how an artist thinks. So what we do is we identify for the artists how to put their thinking onto paper, so that business plans can be created so that they can market themselves as a business. But all of that thinking, all of that entrepreneurship is already in them. That's why they are artists. So we just help them put their thinking through another funnel so that they can go out and brand their work.
Mm-hmm. And what is the best piece of advice that you can give to some of our viewers, especially the younger generation that is just coming out of college? What are some of the key skills or tasks you think that they should go after?
Well, I think first of all, you have to believe in yourself. You have to be passionate about what you're doing. And you have to honor what you really think and feel. If people tell you you're really good at something, but that's not what you're excited about, don't do it. But if people tell you something you're doing that you're really excited or passionate about is not going to go anywhere, or it's just the same as everybody else, or in some way they demean it because they don't value what you're trying to do, don't listen to them. I mean, you really just have to follow your heart. And I think if you do, I know from my own personal experience, you know, it's a very long story, but if you follow your heart, you get to where you're supposed to get to.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Royce, for joining us.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.